Masenamela sustained a knee injury in October last year against Platinum Stars and has been sidelined for the last 5 months while recuperating. Now, this is not an easy place to be for an ambitious footballer like Punch.
I would say from the experience that I have, I don't think it's a nice feeling to be injured. I missed out a lot, like the AFCON. It was not a nice feeling.
If you look at the way the body is constructed, it's designed for straight line walking, straight line running. It's designed to be high off the ground. So the knee is not really designed to accommodate for large change in direction and change in speed. As an animal, the human is not really designed for that type of thing. So when you go to football or any other ball sport where there's a lot of speed, a lot of change in direction, the knee's automatically under immense stress and the risk of damage and injury is very, very high.
Basically, the meniscus is part of the cushioning of the knee inside. And, you have two of them in each knee. I mean, you have a lateral meniscus and the medial meniscus. He tore one of his on the lateral side, and part of the bone part can get trapped. Each and every joint has a lining inside, and it's part of cartilage, so it also got injured there. You have 2 injuries in one knee, and it's quite a bad injury, but, he's recovering quite well, honestly.
Look at body weight at standing level. I mean, if you say 70 kilograms, you're putting 70 kilograms of stress onto the knee. Because of the energy involved in running, if you look at energy equations, you can go into physics and that type of thing. At very high speed, you're putting in maybe 1,000 to 2,000 kilograms of force into that tiny little knee and a small ligament. So it just takes one little thing to go wrong, a little divot or something like that, and you go over the ankle, you can damage the knee as well, or a tackle or something like that. And the body's put enough force into the knee with its velocity in order to damage the structures of the knee.
Punch was advised to go for a knee operation in December that was very successful, but he was told by the doctors to be patient when it comes to the recovery.
When I took over, Punch was already in rehab, but just to give a bit of a background, he had a meniscal tear sometime in November. He's currently about 20 weeks post-surgery. Besides the meniscus, obviously, he had some chondral defects in his knee, and it's quite a bad injury, but he's doing so well in rehab. Comparing his results from when I took over up until now when he had his isometrics, you would really expect him to take longer, but he's recovering quite well.
It's been tough. I've been going up and down where I did my operation, like doing some extra work. And I've been working very hard here with Stuart, Zeg. The knee is feeling okay. I can do a lot of movement that I couldn't do before. I would say I'm feeling much better than before.
What he's done is he's finished his basic strengthening work, so he's kind of back to normal from a strength point of view if you compare the injured leg to the non-injured leg. So he's got a bit of symmetry again, and the job going forward now is really to get him back onto the field. And in order to do that, we've got to get him used to football-specific movements again. So a lot of the work we're doing is about initiating changes in direction, changes in speed, the way in which he accelerates, the way in which he decelerates, all those kind of things.
Not only did the medical team have to worry about Punch's physical, but also his mental state. Keeping him positive and upbeat is the key to a speedy recovery.
He's used exactly the same drills that the other players are using for their warm-ups. I do that intentionally, so he watches them do it, he joins in with them, he starts to feel part of the team again because he's doing very similar things. Yes, he's not playing with the ball yet, but that's the next step. So you will notice he's able to do what the team are doing without the ball, the running and all that kind of thing, as long as there's no contact and there's no very, very high velocity. And then we do very restricted work with the ball over here. And day by day, we just start adding the complexity, getting closer to what's going to happen when he's back playing with his teammates.
Obviously, I'm looking forward to coming back. It's something that I love doing, something that I've been waiting for. It has been tough. I can't say it was easy. Even right now, I'm still recovering. I can't say like I'm fully fit to be ready to come back. But for me, at the moment, I'm feeling okay.
Yeah, no wonder they call him Punch. This guy hits way above his weight class.
Looking at his teammates on the sidelines, it's not something that's very easy, but he's very strong mentally. And when you have an athlete like that who's injured with a chronic injury like this, he makes it much easier to really come back. So he hasn't given up. He's got the dreams and he wants to come back and play for Samba.
He wants to get back to peak performance, sees it as an opportunity to take the performance maybe to even higher level, and then uses this time with the rehab and the strengthening too to make that happen. Punch is one of those guys. He's the kind of guy who's going to push himself and work harder than he needs to make sure he's even better than he was before the injury.
For me, it was very challenging, but I would like to thank Stuart, Zeg, and Craig. They made it easy for me, even if it's difficult at the moment. And I would like to thank my teammates. They were very supportive, and my family. And mostly, I would like to thank the men above.